Hello everyone, today I want to talk a little bit about balancing. And this is something I want to start doing weekly, where I talk about balancing in one way, shape or form. Today I want to talk about Riven, one champion. And the reason I want to do this is because there have been so much talk about top lane recently. Everybody's saying, oh, top lane is not good, top lane is not powered, there's problems with top lane, it's not skillful enough, and all those things. So I think it's easier to tackle one problem at a time instead of just taking the whole picture, because it's gonna be too difficult. Most people won't understand the concept. So we'll start the Riven. For the people that don't understand her abilities, every time she uses an ability, stacks up 3 times. Riven's basic auto attacks consumes the charge, and she does more bonus damage from auto attacks. Her Q is broken wings. It's a dash. She has 3 dashes. Every single one of them does damage. And this last one also knocks people up for a very short amount of time. I'm not sure exactly how long it is, but it's very short. One of the shortest knockbacks. Then her W is a short stun with also damage 0.75 seconds. All of her abilities does damage and scale, by the way. Even her shield doesn't do damage but scales as well. Her E is a shield and a dash. Basically she moves a bit forward and she shields herself. It's a pretty powerful ability, and this is actually the problem with Riven. We'll go more in depth about that. Her ultimate, Blade of the Exile, pretty nice ultimate. I like it overall. Skill based because you can flash it. It's mostly on the opponent to flash and so on, but still a skill based ability. I think it's very good. So the reason I take Riven is due to the fact that she is one of the most popular champions in the game. She's a great champion, she's a lot of fun, but it's very difficult to balance Riven for competitive play. And why is one of the most fun champions in the game not used for competitive play? I view League of Legends as a spectator sport. It is a sport for the people to watch, and people enjoy it. There's so many viewers, so many people love League of Legends, and that's amazing. It's great. The problem is that all the boring champions are being played, and why is that? So let's take Riven. Her Q, I think it's fine. It's not really a problem. W is fine as well, stun, damage, cool. The E is the main problem due to the fact that it constantly shields her with a very low cooldown. This is what I call a toxic concept. Because due to Riven's E, if she's going to be balanced in a good position, it's mostly in a case where she is going to decide every fight she goes into. And that's bad, right? Because you want both teams to be able to make things happen all the time and put the other person on edge. But Riven can kind of sit back, chill, and then go in, go back, go in, go back. And it's almost always Riven's fault if she dies, and not always the other person's play. The other person, if you're playing as Riven, often either your champions to power and smash her, or if they're right about even, you have to wait for Riven to make a mistake instead of trying to force a mistake upon Riven. We can show this in game as well with her E. Basically, as you can see, when she goes to CS, she have a very easy time to shield herself, walk back, takes a little bit of damage. She also have a lot of jumps. The problem is 2 things. Either you need to change the shield to be an armor reduction or damage reduction, armor maxes buff, or a longer cooldown. Like, you have to change it in some way or form, because right now it's just too spammable. And if you can spam it all the time, it's going to be difficult to balance. One phrase I always use is you need to try and balance it to make it, how to say it, you want to have as many difficult positions or plays as possible, right? So you want to be placed in a difficult position all the time. The more difficult position you're placed in, the better the balancing is, because that means it's going to be super skillful, and every small mistake is going to matter. Right now, there's too much regen, there's too much other things as well, so that is not the case, and that's why League of Legends have become less snowbally and more team-based. But we'll get into that in different videos. Now, as you can see, then Riven is farming. She's always the one initiating every single fight. She initiates everything. And she can control how she wants to fight, and every mistake is basically on her. And that's the problem with Riven in my case. I don't know what now is doing, he's inting. This Riven also got late to lane, so he's actually a bit down in XP, because I don't know why. It's a challenger playing Korea. Just took a random game. Let's see the next fights going on. And the main concept is that Riven is going to be almost never taking damage with E unless she wants to, which is a very toxic concept. See when we can find the next fights. I haven't watched this replay previously, so I'm just going to be looking for the fights while doing this. And there's a lot of other champs with these kind of mechanics as well, which we'll go over in later videos. She always just goes back, waits for E to come back off cooldown. She's actually knocked, now it's going in on her. She's just running now, because she doesn't have an E. She fucked up a little bit. And this is what I mean. mainly her being too aggressive there is what fucks it up. It's not necessarily not heavily outplaying her in any way. Because she just stood too close. There was no reason for her to be that close. All she can do is just walk back every time. Alright, let's look for the next trades. Alright, she's level 6. Come back to the lane. This lane has actually been a bit rest and sleeper. It's better portrayed with melee versus melee matchups, but I didn't find any good ones. Because most melee champions that are bruisers kind of suck right now. She goes in, avoids the damage with E. This is what I mean, a pretty toxic concept. If she plays perfect and does the same thing every time, she's gonna do good. She fucked up by taking that hit, but trying to get a creep, kinda dumb. She doesn't need to do that. And she's used the E every single time to get back. That's all she does, all the time. And she's ridiculously safe, and she can control the wave however she wants. What I want to see is Riot to try and force more champions into more difficult situations where they can't always control what situation they're forced into and have to give something up, more so than they are right now. This Riven is stumping Peanut. Peanut is obviously not a top lane main. But the problem with the ability, I hope you guys got the concept from the video as well. Even if it was portrayed not perfectly, because it's difficult to find and I'm not going to go through hours upon hours of editing just to show the thing. I think you guys will be able to understand it regardless. Thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think about these kind of things, and I'll go into more in depth with other champions. This might have been a little bit in a rush. I want to see if I can get it out today, so I hope you guys don't mind that too much, and I'll see you guys next time.